first time I heard it, I thought I was dreaming. A tinny ice cream jingle drifting down my street at 3 in the morning. I live in a quiet suburb. No truck runs that late, and no kid is awake to buy. I lay there in the dark, listening to that cheerful little melody loop, and something in my chest went cold. I told myself it was a neighbor's TV or a phone alarm with a strange tone. But the next night, it came again, at exactly 3. The same 8 notes, slightly off key, like a music box wound a turn too far. I sat up and counted. It circled the block once, slow, then faded toward the cul-de-sac and stopped. The silence after was worse than the song. On the 3rd night, I went to the window. Our street was empty. Streetlights, parked cars, my own reflection staring back. But the jingle was right there, close, as if the truck idled just beyond the glow. I pressed my face to the glass and saw nothing. Then the melody slowed, drawn out and warped, and I had the distinct feeling that something had noticed me noticing it. I mentioned it to Mr. Alvarez next door, expecting him to laugh. He didn't. He set down his coffee and asked me, very quietly, whether I had children in the house. I said no, just me. He let out a breath, like he'd been holding it for years, and said, "Good. Then keep it that way, and whatever you do not open the door when the music stops outside it." He would not say more. But that night, I dug through old neighborhood forums until the sun came up. Buried in a thread from years ago, a woman described the same thing, the same 3 a.m. song. She wrote that it started the week her son turned 6, and that he began talking about a nice man who gave away ice cream for free. Her last post just said, "Please, if anyone hears it, answer me." Her account had been silent ever since. I found 3 more like it, scattered across a decade, different streets, same details. A truck no one could photograph, a song no phone could record, children who woke smiling and spoke of a friend in the window. I sat there in the grey light telling myself it was a hoax, a chain story. But I had heard the notes myself. I knew they were real. I decided to see it. The next night, I waited by the window with the lights off. At 3 exactly, the jingle began, far off, then nearer, and then it rolled into view. A long, pale truck, paint faded to the color of old bone, its little serving window black. No headlights, no driver that I could see. It crept past my house at a walking pace, and the song never missed a note. I lifted my phone and filmed it. Through the screen, the street was empty. No truck, no movement, just the road and the street light. I lowered the phone, and there it was again. Parked now, 3 houses down, exactly where Mr. Alvarez lived. The serving window had slid open. Something pale leaned out toward his upstairs glass, where a small face I had never seen before was pressed against it. I had not known the Alvarez family had a grandchild staying. The next morning, I learned the boy had arrived that week, 6 years old, visiting for the summer. When I tried to tell Mr. Alvarez what I had seen, his hands shook so badly he spilled his coffee. He just kept saying he'd moved here to get away from it, that it must have followed the boy, that it always finds the ones who can still hear it. That night, I stayed at his house. We sat in the dark living room, the boy asleep upstairs, and we waited. At 3, the song came. It rolled up the street and stopped directly outside, and the melody changed. It slowed, sweetened, and began to play a different tune entirely. A lullaby, the exact one the boy's mother used to hum him to sleep. Upstairs, I heard small feet touch the floor. We reached the stairs as the boy was coming down, eyes open but somewhere else, smiling at nothing, walking toward the front door. Mr. Alvarez grabbed him, and the boy began to cry, reaching past us for the handle, saying the nice man had his cone ready, that it was rude to keep him waiting. Outside, the lullaby kept playing, patient, endless, as if it had all the time in the world. I made the mistake of looking through the side window. The truck sat under the streetlight, and this time there was a driver, too tall for the seat, folded into it, head nearly at the roof. It was turned toward the house, and where a face should have been, there was only a wide, fixed smile, pale as the truck, holding a single ice cream cone out the open window like an offering that had waited years. We held the boy until the song finally stopped. Not faded, stopped, mid-note, the way a held breath ends. When I looked again, the street was empty. No truck, no smile, no cone melting on the curb. Just the street light humming and the first bird starting up. The boy went limp and slept. And in the morning, he remembered nothing but a dream about a friend who was sad he never came outside. Mr. Alvarez sent the boy home that day, 3 states away, on the first flight he could book. For a week, the street was silent. I let myself believe it was over, that refusing the door had sent it looking elsewhere. Then I read the local news. A child 2 neighborhoods over had wandered from his bed in the night and was never found. The report said neighbors recalled hearing music. I think it takes the ones who answer, and it remembers the ones who did not, because it still comes for me. Every night at 3, the jingle circles my block, slower now, almost wounded, and it stops outside my door and waits. I have no children. I never open it, but lately it has started learning new songs, ones it should not know, ones from my own childhood that I never told anyone. Last night, it played the song my mother used to sing, the one only she and I knew. And for the first time, I understood Mr. Alvarez's fear completely. It is not looking for children. It is looking for anyone who is awake and alone, and still able to hear it. So if you ever wake at 3 to a cheerful little tune on an empty street, do not go to the window. Do not let it see you listen.